Oh, hey gang. No, it's not another video telling you guys about what happened here at Pizza Italia. It's pretty much a symbolic video of what happened this past Friday at the Booneville versus Quitman game. And yeah, I gotta say, in all honesty, it was a total wreck. Originally, I was gonna do a recording of the big long black dumpster over there, but I thought, nah, I might get in trouble for that because you know how nosy people are around here, and very, very soon I'm gonna do a video on that. Another reason why I just can't stand this stupid town, but let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about what happened at the game this past Friday. And I'll tell you, man, it was amazing because I really thought Quitman had a good chance of winning, or at least scoring really, really good. And then it just turns out, it was like after about less than a minute in the first quarter, Booneville scores the first touchdown. I went, uh-oh. I mean, I was like, Quitman, what happened, man? You have winning scores equal to Booneville. What happened to you guys? You know, dadgum, come on, seriously. And the weird thing is, it actually took around 40 minutes for the first quarter to be over with. And I really thought for sure, I was like, well, Quitman's putting up a good game. And then when I saw then when I get up there at halftime and see that Booneville was leading 62-20, I went, okay, Quitman's not doing that good. Okay, well, that kind of sucks. So, so I took a trip to Walmart before I went to, I got stuff written down on the card so I don't forget anything. So I took a trip to Walmart before I head up to the game to get a Pepsi, and I wound up getting a Pepsi Zero Sugar, which I haven't had one of those in a long time. And I got to tell you, I still enjoy them. You know, they're good. Just can't afford them because, you know, everything going on right now. So let me listen to the Beach Boys. So anyway, so yeah, I get over there and they score again, and then somebody goes, Booneville just scored again. I'm like, very good, moron. We couldn't figure that out on our own, huh? Halftime Booneville at 62-20. And before I even got there, it sounded like people were fighting in the parking lot. Now, I'm not sure if it was physical or verbal, but it sounded like a little bit of both, because, you know, I was like, man, you know, not quite. But again, I wasn't sure if it was in the stands, they probably would have been thrown out easily, no problem. But in the parking lot, I don't think they even paid that much attention. So, you know, the Quitman band at halftime, they sounded great. What can I say? I'm a drum fan, and you know, their drums sounded really, really awesome, and everything like that. And the stupid part about it is that when it came to halftime, they didn't even say, you know, anything about, you know, I was like, and there's the halftime horn or whatever they call it. So I stood outside for about a couple of minutes till I heard, you know, I was like, are you ready for some you know, they announced it's halftime entertainment. I'm like, oh, now it's on. Okay, thanks a lot, idiot. Because I got up there and there was like less than 3 minutes left in the second quarter, and I'm like, this is going to take a while to get done. Usually does. Walked through the gate, some moron walking out of it was whistling Deck the Halls, and I'm thinking, like, I'd like to do something new that kind of sounds like Deck the Halls, if you get my drift. Booneville played the same songs like they always do, and then when it got to that part where they say, everybody stand up, have a moment of silence for those who fought for our freedom, and I'm like, what freedom? There's no freedom anymore. It's dead. Freedom's gone. You know, it's about as dead as roadkill, pretty much. And there were two people standing behind me, and one of them was trying to sound like it was unwrap something. I wasn't sure what it was, and I'm trying to hold in my laughter. I'm like, oh man. I thought I was disrespectful, but boy, that's pretty disrespectful. You know, this is on the Quitman side, of course. You know, Booneville, they, you know, well, there's a lot of times that even when it's supposed to be silent, Booneville doesn't necessarily keep quiet either. I mean, they've done that plenty of times too. So yeah. The Quitman cheerleaders, just like the Levaca ones, tried to get the crowd going, and it was just no use. The crowd was pretty much just like, look, just shut up. You know, it was like, look, we know we've lost this game. It's over. And, I mean, at least the Levaca crowd kind of cheered a little bit when the cheerleaders tried to get them in there, even though they didn't score one touchdown. Well, like I said, the cheerleaders, they were just like, like, go victory, all that. And it's like, the crowd's just sitting there just like, we're not doing this. One fan shouted, go number 50, and another one barked. And I was like, why is he barking? And realized, like, oh, right, they're the Bulldogs. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. The Quitman band played, when they got back in the stands, played a couple of songs for about half a minute. And then they played one full song. And the band leader, for some reason, would always go 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm like, what about 2? I was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Was this 1, 3 crap? I was like, boy, your number system is worse than Booneville's. And somebody on the Quitman side, I think it was a band member, said something made absolutely no sense. And this is, a couple of things were said this game that didn't make any sense. Quitman band member says, let's go get something to eat before I barf. And I'm like, well, trust me, dude. You try any of that crap over the concession stand, you will. Trust me. Booneville tried a 27-yard touchdown but failed. Quitman got their last touchdown in the fourth quarter with less than 20 seconds left. Someone on the band side seemed optimistic about still winning. They would say things like, they say things like, well, it's not over with yet. We can still make a comeback. It's like, dude, there's less than a minute left on the clock in the fourth quarter. You're done. It's time to go home. Time to go home, for crying out loud. And the Quitman crowd was pretty good sized. I think a little bit more than Vega had, even for a almost 2.5 hour trip for them. Booneville side, pretty much same as it's been. Not too many people, and at least I avoided hearing that moron announcing going like, "That's a Booneville Bearcat." And it just seems like the crowd just doesn't even seem to care to say first down anymore. They're just like, we don't care. Like, dude, just give it up. They couldn't care less. Final score, 69-27, Booneville, of course. And if I didn't mention before, Quitman got their final touchdown in the fourth quarter with less than 20 seconds left on the clock. And on the way out, one kid said, what a way to end the season. And this other kid said, at least we don't have to march anymore. And I'm like, well, that's a good way to look at it. So, yeah. Okay, so Friday, Booneville takes on Rivercrest out of Wilson, Arkansas. So, should be an interesting game. I checked out how Rivercrest has done so far. They are, I believe they're 8-2. And just like Quitman, they've had a lot of good score games and everything like that. And Booneville is 8-4 right now. So we'll see what happens. Booneville made it to the quarterfinals last year and got bumped out. We'll see how they do against Rivercrest, and and everything like that. And it's going to be a home game, so I'll definitely be there. So I got to wrap this one on up and go get this uploaded. So thanks for watching, everybody. God bless you all. Hope you have an awesome game. Oh, forget it. You guys know the rest because this has been going on long enough. I'll try and do the outro in the next video that I do, but I got to get going because this weather, you never know. So take care of yourselves. Try to be good. Try to be good to yourself and try to be good to others. Till we do this again, as always, stay strong and rock on.